Hello and welcome to this anxiety reducing yoga practice today. So if you're facing lots of challenges in your life, if your mind is constantly going 100 miles an hour, and if you have trouble going to sleep at night, so this practice might be for you. So our bodies are pretty smart. They constantly send us signals for our physical body. So we might experience rapid heart rate, we might feel restless, we might have difficulty sleeping. But first of all, we might feel that muscular tension in our neck, maybe in our shoulders, we feel tense, maybe even our tummies and thighs. So headaches, or those tension headaches, are generally also associated with anxiety. So I'd like to introduce you to a calming, grounding yoga practice to give you some tools to address those physical symptoms. So the breath is also a good indicator to tell us how we feel. So what do you need today? So you need a little bit of space to move, a yoga or exercise mat, maybe a drink, some water to keep you hydrated, perhaps also a blanket for comfort. So in order to get started, come onto your mat. Lie on your back with your knees bent. So release the shoulders into the floor. If it feels comfortable, bring your hands onto your tummy. Eyes closed, or either soft gaze towards the ceiling. And just allow the breath, the natural breath, to unfold. Noticing how you feel. And then begin to deepen your breath. So start taking a few inhales, deep inhales through your nose. Feel the chest rising, maybe even the tummy rising. And exhale, softening the tummy back down as the air pushes back up through your lungs, out through your nose or through your mouth. As you continue to inhale through your nose, direct the breath into your tummy. So almost feel like a balloon is inflating in your belly. And as you exhale, hugging the navel down towards the spine, spine towards the earth. Inhaling through your nose. Feel that expansion in your rib cage, in your tummy as the diaphragm travels down. And exhale slowly, softening the navel. And breathing out through your nose or through your mouth. So continue for a couple of more rounds, focusing on the breath. Maybe your hands are slightly moving as your tummy rises. And slowly softening back down on the exhale. So if your mind is still very busy, perhaps introduce a count. So focus perhaps on the count of 4 on the inhale. And also exhale to the count of 4. So this is just a suggestion. You might be more comfortable with a count of 3, maybe 5 or 6. So experiment what works, breathing in and slowly, gradually breathing out to your count. So we are aiming at lengthening or bringing the inhale and the exhale to an equal length. So release the shoulders into the floor, unclench your jaw. So take 2 more deep inhales through your nose. Feel the tummy rising and exhale, slowly soften the tummy. Last one, your deep inhale through your nose. And exhale fully out through your nose or through your mouth. So if you had your eyes closed, gently blink your eyes open. Then bring your heels a little bit closer towards your bottom. Palms alongside your body facing down. So on the inhale, press into your feet, lift the hips off the floor, pushing up into bridge pose. Opening up through the chest, shoulders, exhale slowly, bring the spine back down. Couple of more rounds. Inhale, slowly lift. Peel the spine off the floor. Exhale, gently lower. Connecting back to your count. So inhale, breathing in perhaps to 4. And exhale slowly, breathing out to 4. Lowering the spine down towards the earth. One more time. Inhale, lift. Keep the legs active so the knees stay parallel. Exhale, slowly release the spine down. Then hug your knees towards your chest, slight squeeze, maybe even rock from side to side. And then roll onto one side and come into seated position. So no need to bring the legs into, or crossing your legs. So I'm taking my legs just out in front, knees bend. So from here, take the arms out wide, opening the chest. Inhale, as you exhale, cross your arms over, give yourself a hug, bring the chin towards the chest, bow towards the earth. Stay for a couple of breaths. And inhale, direct the breath into the upper back, creating a little bit more room. Exhale, release. Last one, you inhale, breathe. Direct the breath into the back of your shoulder. Exhale, release. So on the inhale, come back up, release your arms out wide. Inhale, stretch the chest. Exhale, change the crossing of your arms, bend your elbows. Bring the chin towards your chest as you round your back, lean forward. So a few deep breaths. Relax your head. Release your shoulders. And then with your next inhale, coming back up to seated, release your arms. Come onto all fours with your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees about hip distance apart. If the knees feel sensitive, take a blanket so there's no pressure on your knees. So, starting with some gentle cat and cow. So on the inhale, lengthen, look forward, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine, push the floor away from you. Inhale to your count, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, draw the navel in, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away from you. Inhale, back to your count, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, draw the navel in, rounding the back. Coming back to neutral tabletop. So from here, shifting the weight back into child's pose. So we're doing a little bit of a child's pose tabletop flow. Bring your head towards the floor. If it's uncomfortable reaching towards the floor, bring the hips up a little bit higher. Make a cushion with your palms. Stay for a couple of breaths. So it's a very grounding, inward-looking posture, feeling safe. So on the inhale, bring the hands underneath your shoulders, lengthen. And as you exhale, push the bottom back, coming down into child's pose. Inhale, come up to your count of 3, 4, 5, or 6. And as you exhale, draw the hips back, coming back to child's pose. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, lengthen the tailbone, lengthen the spine as you push the weight back. Bring your head towards the floor. Twice more. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, shift the hips back, lengthening the spine as you come back to child's pose. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen. Come up to neutral tabletop. Exhale, draw your hips back as you lengthen and release the spine, mid and upper back. Stay for 2 more breaths, breathing into your tummy. On your next inhale, coming back to tabletop. This time curl your toes under. Shift the hips back once more, spread through your fingers. Lift your knees off the floor, shift the hips back and up, lifting up into downward dog. So bend one knee at a time, drawing the heels towards the floor. Downward dog. So a couple of breaths. Focus on the same deep belly breaths as the diaphragm moves down. So slowly walk your hands towards your feet, keeping a very generous bend in your knees as your thighs and tummy make contact with each other. Hold opposite elbows, release the upper back, neck. Breathe. If you have any pressure in your eyes, just come up a little bit higher and let the neck, head relax. So we stay for another couple of breaths. Maybe even shake out your head, say no, say yes. And then release your arms slowly, vertebra by vertebra, rolling up to standing. As you draw the shoulders back. If you feel a bit dizzy, bring your chin towards your chest. So step forward to the front of your mat. So you're taking the right foot back about parallel to the shoulder edge of your mat. So the heel to heel or heel to arch alignment, bending the front knee. So noticing if the knee is drawing in, so take the knee out. So having the knee stacked over your ankle, bring your arms just in front of your pelvis, your tummy, cross your arms over, bring them up, and then bring the arms out to the sides, looking over your left middle finger, warrior two. Root through your feet, strong standing legs, breathe. Long, slow, deep belly breaths, creating strength. On the inhale, lengthen the front leg, bring the palms up. Inhale, exhale, bending the front knee, coming back to warrior two. Inhale with your breath count, lengthen. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to warrior two. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rooting through your feet, strong warrior two. One more deep breath. And then release your arms down and turn your foot so that both feet are parallel. So from here, take your arms out behind you, interlace your fingers, draw your fist away from your shoulders towards the floor, releasing the shoulders down. So bend the left elbow, place the right fist just above the right waist. So draw the elbows towards each other, so opening up for the chest, releasing some tension in the upper back. Breathe. Maybe even roll your head, roll your neck. So explore where those tension spots are. Keep drawing the elbows towards each other. And then slowly coming back to center, release the arms, release the fists, maybe give them a bit of a shake. So take your right foot out, keep the left foot parallel to the shoulder edge of your mat, bend the front knee. Arms out in front of you, bring the arms up, big arm circles, and then look over your right middle finger, breathe. Check on your knee, maybe the knee is drawing in, so take it out. Rooting strongly through your feet. Inhale, feel that expansion in the ribcage. Exhale, soften back down. One more breath. And then straighten the front leg. Bring the arms up. Inhale, exhale, bend the front knee. Look over your right finger. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly release. Working with your breath count once more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly back to warrior two. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, turn the right foot in. Arms behind your sacrum. So make a fist, draw the fist away from your shoulders, release away from your ears. Breathe. Deep belly breaths. This time bend your right elbow. Bring your fist just above the left waist. Draw your elbows towards each other. Couple of deep breaths. And then release your hands. Maybe shake out your arms. So bring your hands onto your thighs. Bend your knees. Shift the hips back as you lean forward. So I'm keeping my hands on my shins, releasing the upper back, neck down. You can also bring your hands onto the floor, onto your thighs, whatever feels accessible. So we're staying here for a couple of breaths in that calming forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release a little bit more towards the earth. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. So one more breath. And then bend your knees, press into your feet, come back up to standing. Notice how you feel, notice how the breath flows. Turn your heels in so the toes point to the outside edges of your mat. Bend your knees and drop the weight down. Goddess pose or horse posture. So bring your palms together. You can have a slight squeeze against the palms or fingertips. Breathe. Strong standing posture, so drawing out any tension from your thighs. Maybe lift the right heel off the floor. Maybe the left heel. Maybe both. Smile. So continue breathing those deep belly breaths. Coming back to stillness. One more breath and then release your legs. Just take a moment to center. Maybe bring your both hands onto your tummy once more. Release the shoulders down. Maybe have your eyes closed or soft gaze down towards the floor. Checking in with yourself, checking in how you feel. So from here, staying with your legs relatively wide apart. So bend the left knee, shift the hips back, bring the right hand either onto your foot or onto your thigh, whatever is more accessible. So you're turning the navel towards the left inner thigh, maybe the arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, back to center, standing. Exhale, bend the right knee, shift the hips back, left hand onto right thigh, right foot, maybe right hand onto sacrum, turning the navel towards the right inner thigh. Inhale, back to standing, arms wide. Exhale, bend the left knee, right hand onto left foot, maybe right thigh. Breathe. Coming back to center. Last one here, opposite side. Right knee bend, left hand onto right foot or right thigh. Draw the navel to turn towards your right inner thigh, maybe arm up towards the ceiling. And then release. Keep your hands on your shins. Release your neck, maybe shake out your head. Connecting back to your breath from the beginning of perhaps 3, 4, 5 or 6 count. One more deep breath, releasing any tension from your mid and upper back. And then bend your knees and slowly come back up to standing. Bring the feet together and come to the back of your mat. So coming down towards the floor, inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, shift the hips back, fold forward, head, neck relaxed. Keep that generous bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders roll back, flat back. Exhale, folding forward, hands down, walk into your downward dog. Spread through your fingers. Maybe take the feet as wide as the corners of your mat. So maybe even sway your hips from side to side, so like the tail of a dog. Bend your knees generously. So one more breath. And then bring your knees down and come onto your tummy. So bring the forearms together as if you're making a cushion for your forehead. Take the feet to the outside edges of your mat so the heels roll in. And release the forehead onto your forearms, finding your breath. So feel that breath moving into your tummy, the tummy moving, pressing against the floor. That slight compression is very therapeutic, massaging the inner organs. So inhale, feel that expansion. And on the exhale, release. Feel that release, maybe even the lower back. 2 more deep breaths. And from here, bring your arms out to the outside edges of your mat. So forehead rests on the floor. I'm bringing my hands into tripod fingers or spider fingers. So my elbows point to the left and to the right. So from here, we're going to work with the shoulders. So the shoulders tend to hold a lot of tension. So draw the shoulder blades together, towards each other. So feel that tension. So almost massaging, you're kneading that tension. So you can rest your forehead on the floor. Maybe wiggle the shoulders from left to right. Maybe lifting up an inch or so. So engage. If you lift up, activate and firm the belly to protect the lower back. So go into the areas that feel tense. Maybe you lift up a little bit. So wiggle the shoulders. And then lower your head down towards the earth, taking a moment to release and relax. So we're doing it once more. So inhale, just draw your elbows out to the side. Inhale, lift this time and look underneath your your right armpit and come back to center. Look underneath your left armpit. Come back to center. One more on each side, right armpit. Back to center. Last one here. Look underneath your left armpit. Come back to center. Release your body down. Make a cushion. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Letting go of any remaining tension in your lower back. So from here, turn onto your back. And just allow the spine to settle. Once more, take your hands onto your tummy. Feel that breath moving into your abdominal cave. And then bring your knees towards the chest. So maybe slight squeeze, rocking here once more from side to side. And then bring the left foot back onto the earth. Hold the back of your right thigh. Draw the right thigh towards your chest. Release the shoulders. Breathe. And from here, slowly extend the lower right leg up towards the ceiling and bring it back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your right knee. Slight squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. You can even let go of your hands. Exhale, bring the knee back down. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe flex the foot so the toes draw towards your face. Exhale, bend the knee. Slight squeeze towards your tummy. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen. Flex your foot. Hold that posture. Breathe. So hamstrings tend to hold a lot of tension. So you might perhaps feel that tension now activating something in your jaw area. So wiggle your upper and your lower jaw. Keep breathing. Deep, slow belly breaths. So with every exhale, almost visualize you're letting go of any tension in the body. So one more breath. And then bring the foot back down. Bring the left knee towards your chest. Hold the back of your left thigh. Slight squeeze as you lengthen the spine, pressing the lower back into the floor. So from here, inhale, lengthen the left lower leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the left thigh in on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe flex the left foot. Exhale, bending the left knee, slight squeeze towards the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slight squeeze. Last one here. Inhale, extend. Draw your feet towards your face, pressing the heel towards the ceiling, and continue breathing for any difficult sensations. 2 more deep breaths. And then then slowly bring the foot back down. Take the feet to the outside edges of your mat, perhaps maybe arms out wide, or maybe into cactus arms, bending the elbows, and let your legs flop over towards the left and to the right, like windscreen wipers. So a bit of a twist, releasing any remaining tension in your tummy, around the deeper muscles, the spine. So one more on each side. And then coming back to center. So find a comfortable place on your back, maybe with your knees bent or legs stretched out. Bring the arms alongside your body, palms facing up, either eyes closed or soft gaze. And allow the body to bring the practice together. So returning to your natural breath. Allow the body to become heavy. Soften your muscles. Soften your skin. So you can stay here for a couple of more minutes, or even as long as you like. So if you want to come out, simply bring your knees towards your chest and roll over to one side and coming into a seated position. So thank you very much for joining me to this anxiety reducing practice. If you enjoyed it, please comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. Namaste.